Yes.
That's it. Now recording. Right. So what we're going to do then, we'll go around the outside, show you all the important things you need to know on the outside, and then we'll jump inside and show you the different appliances, controls and things, obviously to operate your motor. Okay, so we're coming around this side. First thing we come to, obviously apart from the vehicle end of it, is a drain down for your freshwater tank. Okay, so you need to fill your freshwater tank first, just make sure that is closed before you start doing that. Otherwise you could end up with wet feet, because that's where you fill it from. Okay, so you've got an onboard tank, sits underneath, just unscrew that. If you go on sites, club sites or anything like that, they tend to have what is called a motorhome service point. Okay, so you drive up to that, before you go get onto your pitch, you drive off, fill your water up. Then once you fill the water up...
So that's the filler and that's the drainer?
That's to drain it down. So if you can travel with water in it, but obviously you've got to remember the payload. If you put extra weight in by a full tank of water, that's probably about 90 to 100 kilos of extra weight you're putting on by leaving water in it.
So you're better off filling it when you get to the park?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. You can leave some water in it, so if you stop on the way...
You can have a cup of tea?
Yeah, you can use that, or bottled water if you wanted to, use that instead. Okay, in here, you can see there we've got your leisure battery. So the vehicle has got its own battery, which sits in the floor just underneath the... just in front of the seats.
Ah, yeah, that's the
that is what is called the leisure battery. So you can see there's a space for two.
Yeah.
If you wanted to, you were talking about going off grid. If you're off grid, it may be worth thinking of having a second battery fitted.
Yeah.
Obviously you need the connections. Obviously this hasn't got the connections of what I can see. So there is a space there to put an extra battery in. You can connect two up, and then obviously it gives you a bit more power.
But you don't know how long one battery would last. No.
I'll ask the question. Obviously I don't know off the top of my head, but I'll have to ask that question. Okay, so the van runs on 12-volt systems. Okay, that's why you can drive. You can operate them without obviously electric connected.
Yeah. Okay,
so each appliance has some kind of either 12-volt or gas to be able to operate it. So you don't need 240 connected all the time if you don't need to. This here, that's it. You just press. So what I tend to use with thumbs. Press with your thumb and then you can pull back on that. Okay. What we've also got here is a 12-volt outlet. This 12-volt outlet, you can get a pump. I don't think it comes with this model, but they fitted. You can have a little pump. So you add a water container. So instead of driving off your pitch, if you wanted to, you can do. And then you can just have a water container and you can fill that up or top it up via a little 12-volt pump. So that's where you plug the 12-volt into. Okay? But most people will drive on and off because if you've obviously used all that water, the waste tank, which is at the back, obviously is going to be full. So you're going to have to go off at some point to be able to drain that down as well. So you might as well fill that up. Yeah. If you're staying on a pitch a bit longer, you may or may not want to use an external container. Plus the other thing about external container, you're going to have to store that somewhere. Yeah. Which is not a huge amount of space inside there for
you don't
doing
do
containers and things like that. Okay. This here is your vent for your boiler. You can feel there's a bit of warmth coming out of that now. That's on the gas side. So when your boilers operate on gas, that is your vent. Okay. So you don't need to worry about. The only thing you need to worry about if it's snowing, obviously, if the snow blocks it up, it will obviously shut it down.
Sorry, what was that again, Don?
That's your vent for your boiler.
Vent for the boiler.
Yeah,
okay, so you don't have to do anything with that.
No. Well, I'm just saying, if you get snow and that blocks that up, obviously that can shut the system down or shut the system off. So it's got a safety device that will shut it down if we've just got some nice new vans. Right. 240 inlet. So the caravan turns up. Right, so you see that. So you need to purchase a cable. I don't think this cable comes with this model. So to connect it, all you do is just lift that lid on the cable itself and just push it on. Make sure you push it all the way on. Okay, then unravel the cable fully and plug it into the bollard afterwards.
Okay, so we need one of those.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they don't. Usually a second-hand one, you won't have one with it. Obviously, it would have been all cleared out.
Well, we can buy one of those in the shop.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, and what you've also got here, if you just see that there, is an external aerial point. So some sites have perhaps a general poor signal in the area for your onboard aerial to pick up. They may have a bollard with a connection. They've got a booster aerial that you can connect direct from there to the bollard.
What's that for?
For TV signal.
Oh,
so
TV.
you can get a TV signal. Your onboard aerial may not pick it up.
Is there an onboard aerial on this?
Yes.
There is.
Yeah. So most of the time that will pick a signal up for you. All depends on where you are. Obviously here, because we're next to the Wrekin, there's a signal. That's where the booster signal for this area is. So you should pick up pretty good signal anyway.
But you just need an ordinary television set for that, or you can use
Yeah.
it through your computer. Yeah.
Just on a TV set, yeah. Okay. Next thing along is your toilet cassette. Okay, the toilet cassette, or the toilet is flush from the mains water that you carry on board. Okay, but the toilet, obviously you have to empty, which is a fun job in itself. Right, so you can see that there. To release it, you've got this orange handle there. Just lift that slightly and it should slide out easy. If it's not sliding out easy, the likelihood is the wastegate has been left not fully closed. So it could be partially open or fully open. Just push it back in, don't try and force it out. Go in, have a look, make sure it's closed. And it should just slide like that. Okay? But you've also got that's what the handle is. Also wheels obviously helps to go and empty it. There are specific points for emptying this.
Yeah.
Called chemical waste empty points. But you just got to be careful, obviously you don't lose that down the hole. So the places where you go, they could be undercover or they could be outside, depending
And
on
that's
where
you
you
just
are.
drain out.
Sorry? Yeah, it will drain out, yeah. So what you've got there, look, is an air bleed button.
Okay.
So that allows the flow to flow nicely. Okay? Just be careful where you put that, because that's likely to have ended up down that hole, you're obviously going to lose it.
Yeah.
Before you use it though, you need to put a blue chemical in there, or green chemical, you can get these eco ones, and then just put
So the
around that.
chemicals break up the sewage,
That's it, yeah. That's there
and it still smell.
It can do. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a pleasant smell, but you shouldn't smell that inside the cab anyway.
Okay.
Inside there, it keeps it within there. There's a seal when the wastegate that shuts. It's sealed, so you won't necessarily get that smell coming into your van.
Okay.
Alright?
Yeah.
Okay.
So with the chemical, you buy
Yeah.
it in, is it tablets, is it liquid?
You can get all sorts of
Tablets.
things. You can get tablets. These like them tabs, a bit like washing machine tabs, or bottles of chemical. There's a few different versions of it which you can use.
And you have them in the shop. You've got
Yes,
them in the
sir.
shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most places will sell them. Obviously, they're caravan related.
And how many litres is that, so we know how to measure for the chemicals?
Just
Well,
trying
that's
to figure out that now. Probably is that
10.
10 or 15 perhaps?
Yeah, about 10.
10, yeah. So that.
So you'd have to do a lot of pissing to fill that up.
Very possibly, yes.
Yeah.
But if you're on site, facility is usually pretty good anyway. So personally, I tend to use them. Obviously, overnight you probably don't want to be tripping off or
Yeah.
in
You only
cold or
use that.
rainy.
You only use that when you're travelling.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can use it on site
Yeah.
if you want to, but obviously you've got to remember you've got to empty it at some
You got
point.
to empty it. Yeah.
Okay. Right.
And you have to hose it out or clean it out.
Yeah, just clean it out. I just wash it out with a hose pipe. Just tip it out, tip it in, tip it out. You
Yeah.
can get waste tank type cleaners as well if you wanted to,
Okay.
but just keep it fresh as such. Right, waste water. So obviously that's your drain for your freshwater tank, the blue one. The grey one, which is your grey water as we call it. So that's your waste tank. So the waste tank sitting at the back here.
Yeah.
That is your drain down for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so once these motorhome service points, you drive up. Usually there's a grid. It can either be an open grid, or it can be a lift-off type manhole type.
And
cover.
that's for the grey water, which comes from cooking and
so
showering.
From the sinks and shower. So the sinks in the kitchen, sinks in the bathroom, and the shower.
What's the capacity of that tank then?
It's around about. It's similar to the.
Similar to
ones
that, yeah.
So it's got to be similar to that, obviously.
Yeah.
So when you go, obviously you need to drive over normally the drain down place for that. Okay.
I know
So
that,
just
yeah.
remember to shut it once you drain down. Remember to shut
Shut
it.
it, yeah.
Otherwise, you end up with you back on your pitch. You're thinking water's going out of the tank. It probably is going out of the tank, but it's coming straight back out again on the floor, which is not going to be too happy if you've got
Okay.
dirty water there.
How many litres did you say that roughly was?
It's around about,
About the
90,
same
around
as-
about 90.
So
Yes,
the
around
same
about
as
90.
About 90 to
They
100
do vary
litres.
on different
Yeah.
vehicles. Okay.
Okay.
Right. So you said you were going for a scooter.
Yeah.
Start.
Yeah, we'll probably have to take that off and put the scooter rack on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would expect so. So you probably won't be utilising that anyway.
Now,
But obviously
the
you've got a tow
scooter
bar
rack
for-
have a platform
Yes,
and
yeah.
two positions for a bike, but you can still leave that on.
Yeah, it all depends on where
won't be
the
in the way.
handlebars are for your scooter, doesn't it? Really, but
Yeah, he's just
Oh, they
gonna
turn
see
sideways
once-
like that. Yeah.
yeah.
see
But when
once
you're trying to get it up on,
Yeah.
it might.
Yeah.
But just obviously see. You'll see. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Coming around this side, what we've got down here. So that's a gas barbecue point. So you
Ah,
can
a
have
gas
a gas
barbecue
barbecue
point.
if you wanted to. that
So
connects
you
into
don't
that.
need to take the gas bottle out and
No.
connect it to the
Yeah,
barbecue.
that's correct.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, so it goes direct from your onboard gas, which is in the next locker we're going to.
Okay.
Okay. That should there. And the last thing we come to is your gas locker. So you just need to purchase a pigtail or whatever gas you're going to be operating on.
Okay,
Once you've
so
got
you
our
can have 2 gas bottles.
You can have 2 gas bottles, yeah. So you have one and a spare.
So do we get 2 with the van, or do we have to buy 2?
No, you have to purchase them.
We have to purchase them, so we
Yeah.
want to purchase them before we go as well.
Yeah. Okay.
That's 3 things we need, Fabian.
Yeah. So you
2
need
gas bottles.
Yeah, and a pigtail you will need as well, because this is my
We need a pigtail?
as well. So depending on which gas you use,
And we
I
need-
recommend using the propane, because you can use that all year round. So the red bottle propane is better for all year round use. If you're using the butane, it's more of a summer gas. It doesn't tend to gas
Okay,
off.
and
especially
we
in
need the
hot weather.
electric lead.
Yeah,
Yeah, but-
electric cable.
Electric lead, and what was the other one?
What was the thing you
Pigtail.
said? Pigtail.
Pigtail.
Pigtail, yeah. Don't ask me why it's called a pigtail, but it looks nothing like a pig. But... Okay.
Yep,
And then the last thing we come to on this side,
fuel.
yeah, diesel. So don't get that mixed up with the water inlet. Obviously, there's less
diesel.
chance. Yeah, there's less chance of doing that, but obviously it does say diesel on it, so you shouldn't get them too mixed up. But we have had a customer who did put petrol in their water tank.
No
Obviously, it didn't
way.
taste too good.
Okay.
Okay. So next thing we'll do is we'll go inside. We'll try and hopefully it's warmed up in here a bit. What you've got here, obviously, your step.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so just be careful. If you say you pull into a lay-by, the likelihood is you're not going to come all the way out here, get in there to go back in again. You're going to go straight from the cab, straight into the living quarters. Just be careful if you do decide to come out this door, that is out. Okay, if you come out that door, there's nothing there, you're head first into hedge or into the pavement.
Yeah.
Okay, so just remember that's there. Also, obviously, when you drive away, just make sure it's back in.
Yeah.
Okay?
Which
And
is the
it's
button?
that button there, look. See that?
Left.
It shows-
Left.
That's the one,
far
yeah.
left.
That's the one. Right, if you'd like to go inside, I'll remove my big coat now for a second. Hopefully it'll be warm in there.
Oh, it is warmer.
Yes, yes. Well, I do like having the heating running. I'm not for the bear. Right. So shut the door for this.
Oh, put the carpets down.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Oh, shut the door. Right. There we go. Right. That's it. You might want to come this end so you can just see the control panel, which is here.
Oh yeah.
So, first things first, when we get into your van, obviously as I said outside, your vehicle works on 12 volts. So we need to switch the 12 volt systems on, which is the power button there.
Yeah.
Okay, that switches your 12 volt systems on.
Yeah.
What we've also got, looking at the buttons, water pump. So that switches your water pump on. That takes the water from your onboard tank to your taps and to your boiler.
Okay.
Orny light, which is the light outside.
But you need to turn the tap on before you.
No.
You need
no.
to turn that on first and then the tap.
No, I'll go through that in a second, but don't switch that on. I'll go for the procedure in a second, but that's what the water pump switch is. Orny light switch is that one. View levels, if I press that,
Yeah.
you can see what the levels are. The leisure battery,
Yeah.
vehicle battery,
Yeah.
freshwater tank, which is empty, wastewater tank, which is empty at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay? Right, so you could... Oh, also, cabin lights as well, all from one switch there. You have individual light switches. That one just switches everything off. So say you were going out for the evening, you could switch all of them off at the same time.
Okay.
Okay? What we've also shown is that there is a bollard with electric, so
Yeah.
that's showing that's connected. That one there is showing we've got... we're drawing 12 volts from the leisure side. Okay, so that's really what we want to be operating on. If that was lit up, so if I press the vehicle battery now, we're actually drawing power from the 12 volts from the vehicle.
Okay.
Which we don't really want to be doing unless you're really desperate, because obviously you drain the battery on the vehicle, you're in trouble. Okay, so I'll put it back to leisure. So
Yeah.
that one there, then awning light, that little light there showing we've got awning light on, because when everything's all closed down, it's quite easy. I've left my awning light on all night because I forgot it's actually on. I didn't have a little indicator like that to tell me. Okay, so it's quite easy when all this is closed up. You've gone outside for whatever reason, come back in and forgot to switch it on. You see a lot of them with a lot of awning lights left on all day.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right, so that's that bit. So the first thing we need to do when we get into your van, obviously, is to get the water system up and running. Or that's what I suggested
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
So obviously we've already filled our tank up from outside. Okay, so what we need to do now is make sure the drain down is closed on the boiler.
Okay.
Okay, so which is down here. So boiler. This is where I get a warm leg because I'm right next to the next to the vent. Right, that's your boiler sitting there. Obviously, what we've got inside is a roughly a 10 litre water tank, and obviously you can see we're obviously drawing the hot air off it as well. Okay, the drain down for your water system is that one there. So that drains down your boiler and your tap system, so your hot and cold system. Okay, so So at the moment that's actually open.
Yeah.
Because obviously we've
Because there's no water in it.
That's correct. Yeah. So to close it, all you do is just flick it over like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Or to open it, you just lift
So
it up like that.
it's open now.
Yeah.
And why is it open?
There's no water in it.
No water.
Because of the cold weather, I haven't put any water in. I wanted to get everything all heated up.
Yeah, you didn't want it freezing up.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
So now that line runs down to, no, the drain outside is for the freshwater tank,
Yeah, that's the actual tank.
not the boiler.
No. This is
Boiler
this is the
separate.
water. Yeah, this is the water system that we're looking at now, which is the drain. The drain for is that the onboard tank has got its own external drain down outside there.
Okay, and where
Okay.
is the onboard tank? Is that it there?
It's underneath. No, it's underneath.
Oh, it's underneath.
Yeah, so that was your battery. If you remember
Yeah,
looking
yeah,
outside,
yeah,
that was your laser
yeah,
battery there.
yeah.
The legs getting rather warm there.
So
And
how
if
do you
feel
fill-
the heat blasting out of that?
So how do you fill the boiler with water?
I'm just going to go through that.
Okay.
Right, so what you do is, I'm not obviously going to fill it, but I'll go for the process of how to do. Okay, so
Yeah.
you close that. Okay, this is before we switch the water pump switch on. So
Yeah.
the water pump switch on that main control panel, don't switch it on until one, you've closed that. Because otherwise, if you started up, the water can just go drain straight down and out underneath the van. Okay, so close that there. Close all the taps. Okay, so if you've drained them previously, obviously like we have, to drain down, you always open the taps to centre.
Yeah.
So obviously before we put water in, you need to close all the taps and the bathroom, because otherwise you'll end up with a shower pushing water out at you. You open a door and there's water coming straight at you. You don't want that.
Okay.
Okay, so make sure all of them are shut. So open that vent as well because it's rather cold in here. But then we can switch the water pump on. Okay.
Okay.
So when we switch the water pump on, then our next procedure is to get the air out of the system, because obviously if everything's all drained down, we need to open it up. So we switch the water pump on.
Yeah.
But if you can hear the pump running now, obviously that's what you're going to be doing. So what I do is open up on the cold side first,
Yeah.
get the air out. Okay, so
Yeah.
I want to see water run out through that tap,
Yeah.
then turn it across to the hot side.
Yeah.
Okay, open it up on the hot side, you'll get a bit of spluttering for a couple of minutes because what we're trying to do is draw water into the hot tank now, so into the boiler. So that's what we're trying to do.
So you're taking the hot water from the boiler and the cold water from the tank.
Yeah, well, yeah, in theory, yeah, because the cold water is coming direct from tank via pipe. Then it's drawing the water through the boiler, from the hot side from your onboard tank as well.
Okay.
Okay, so that's once you've got a solid stream of water coming out on the hot side, then you know your hot water tank's full. Okay, if it's still spluttering away, there's obviously still air there. What you can do is just shut it down for a few seconds. If it's struggling to get the air through, you might have a bit of an air bubble somewhere. Let the pressure build up, then release again slowly, because it can come out with a bit of a,
Okay.
bit of a spurt.
But the hot water comes straight from the boiler.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So once you've got a solid stream, you know your boiler's full. Okay. Then you can switch that off. Do the same with each tap. Get the air out of all the pipe systems.
And to fill the boiler, can you take the water from the freshwater tank to the boiler, or are you
Yeah, that's where it's coming from. Yeah.
it's coming from?
Yeah, that's
it's coming from there.
Yeah, so it draws the cold water is like obviously on a separate line.
Yeah.
The hot water comes through
Yeah.
from that fresh water tank into your boiler.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I've just realised, when we were talking about outside, this
Yeah.
has actually got the, if you wanted the external pump to top your tank up,
Oh, you've got one.
yeah, it is actually here. I didn't actually notice that. But, okay, so if you did have a container, you can top it up. So
Okay.
all you do is just plug that in.
Yeah, but we won't have a container.
No.
Well, we wouldn't want one. Hopefully.
No, you shouldn't do, but some people do. Okay, so happy with the water system?
Yes.
How to get that up and running?
Yes.
And go. Yeah. Good.
Yes.
Right. So obviously, once you've got water in, you'll see a level here.
Yeah.
You'll see a level
Now
left and right.
we're going to fill up with water at the park.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is. If you're stopping up there, yeah, that's got a proper service point right next to the. They'll explain to you when you go to the reception anyway. But it's
So when we
by
get
the-
up there, we'll just start filling the water up and.
yeah, do that first. Fill your water tank first, then you go to your pitch after. There's no point in getting onto your pitch, setting it all up, then you have to go all the way back off again to
Yeah.
fill the water tank up to get all the way back on again.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Our next fun bit is your heating system. So this is a combined boiler of hot water and air. Okay, so that unit in this corner here is heating the air and the water tank at the same time. So to operate it, and you hear that noise operating at the moment is not your van; it's the compressor at the back of the van. Right. So these you can switch it off. Anyway, right. So we've got two controls here for the heating system. What we've got is energy which is that one, and we've also got operation, which is that one. Okay, so to switch it
Are
on,
they labelled energy? And
no, not really, no. But I'll try and explain it as we go along. Right. So the top one, so that if you ever switch the system off and this is flashing, it's just on the cool down phase. Okay, so don't switch your 12 volt systems off until that stops flashing. Okay, so to start it up, we've got options of, so turning the outer ring, or the grey ring, we've got options of 60 degrees. So that is actually 60 degrees water heating. Okay, so water heating on its own, you're not going to get it.
So that's the controller for heating the water in a boiler.
Yeah, which heat. It's the selection of water heating on its own,
Yeah.
60 or 40, or that flame there, that denotes heating. Okay, so the top one, if you see that flame there, that's denote heating. So all I've done there, I've selected heating on its own now,
Okay.
and if I put the bottom one, it's heating and hot water at 60 degrees.
Okay.
Okay, so that's more likely going to be your winter setting. Up here, 60 degrees water on its own is more likely to be your summer setting. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put it back there, just heating, because we've got no water in there. Okay,
No,
then you've got a thermostat control in the centre here, so that's for your heating, so your hot, your warm air. Okay, 5 lit up,
Okay.
that's
So
your hottest setting.
how does it heat the air? Is there some sort of
As well as going over an element as such.
it just blows over an
Yeah,
element?
that's it, yeah.
Yeah, so there's a heating element, but the water heats the element and the air flows over the top of the element.
Yeah, it's more basically, yeah, basically.
Yeah, something like that. Just
Yeah.
give me an idea so I know how
Yeah.
okay.
So obviously the
And
element's
you're
going to warm
heating in
up
here.
before it starts tuning hot air out anyway. Obviously
Okay.
it's not going to,
But there's no water in it, so we're not
No.
using it for heating at the moment.
not for water heating, no,
No.
because there's no water in there to heat.
But we're using it for air heating?
Yes,
Oh, for air heating.
yeah, that's what that's doing at the moment.
Okay, so this is the air heating.
Yeah, no, this is doing both. So the top one.
Yes.
So what we've got is the top selection is water heating on its own, 60 degrees.
Yes.
That one
Bottom
is
selection is air.
Yeah, so the one for heating the room or room on its own is setting is that flame.
Right.
Okay,
But if we put it up there, it's heating.
Water only.
Water.
just water.
Just
Water.
water.
Just the water. Yeah.
Just water.
And down below the flame is heating air only.
Yeah. So that one is heating
only.
air only.
And then the bottom
The bottom one is heating both. So water and so you see 60 degrees
Right.
is the water. The flame is heating, as in
Right.
room.
But we only want it back there now to.
Yeah, just
heating.
for there because we've got no water there.
Well, we just want to. We can't heat the water because there's no
Yeah,
water
there's
in
no
it.
water in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you
Okay.
said this, what's
Yeah, that's your thermostat control for your heating. So your hot air. So if 5's lit, that's the highest setting.
Highest.
Okay? Or obviously 1 is the lowest setting.
right?
Okay? So it doesn't really give you a temperature setting, but it gives you a rough rough estimate of where your
That's
setting is.
fine.
Okay?
Okay.
Right, the bottom one is your energy. So if you see that it says 230 volts there, that always reminds me that is the energy on that particular for the
Yeah.
heater. So what we've got here are a few different options on this one. So if you see they've got like 1 and 2. So 1 is roughly 1 kilowatt. It's less than, but it is roughly 1 kilowatt or 2 kilowatt. Okay, so that's just electric on its own. So if I bring that up to there, that's 2 kilowatt roughly, or 1 kilowatt. Okay, that's probably efficient enough in the summer to give you hot water. Okay, in this weather, 2 kilowatt on its own is probably going to struggle because it's got to try and heat 10 litres of water and this room. If you compare that to home, kettle, 1.5 litres, 2 kilowatt kettle, not trying to heat the kitchen at the
So
same time.
you
Yeah.
only want to use that in an emergency, really, don't you?
What's that?
But
2 kilowatt.
electric.
Yeah, a lot of people will try and use it on electric. It might be warm enough for you, but you've got to remember, one, it's going to be a slower warm up because it's trying to heat 10 litres of water already. It's
I was thinking of the
cold.
battery more than.
Yeah, it's not
if, you're
battery,
plugged,
it's-
if you're plugged in with the with the side of them,
240 electric, yes.
you can use that.
Yes. Yeah. So you've got options of electric 1 or 2, or that one, gas on its own, or you've got electric and gas, and then electric and gas 1, electric and gas 2. Okay, so in this weather, you're trying to heat 10 litres of water and this room. Gas and electric together is a good combination. One, it's going to warm up quicker, obviously it's more energy, plus when it gets up to temperature, it will shut the gas off. It will tick over an electric until someone leaves the door wide open or use all the hot water. Gas will kick in alongside electric again to bring it back up to temperature.
Okay. So you've got 2 ways of heating the water.
Yeah.
You've got
Well, you've got a variation.
You've got
of it,
the
yeah.
gas, electricity at the bottom,
Yeah.
or you've got the boiler at the top. The top
So
switch is hitting the water.
The top switch is just selection. So we're selecting either water heating on its own or heating on
Oh,
its
it's
own.
only a selector.
It's a selector, yeah. So that's actually switches it on and selects either water heating
And the bottom
or
one supplies the
heating.
energy.
And that, yeah. So this is the energy of the bottom one.
Okay.
Okay. So electric on its own, so 1 or 2. Gas on its own, gas and electric 1, gas and electric 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So combined energy of. Okay.
Gotcha.
What we've also got is, see this light here.
Yeah.
So we've got light there, that's to say we're operating okay. If you see a red light on this top one, then that means
Yeah.
gas may have failed to light.
Okay.
Okay. Another one we'll try and spot. Right, so if we have a look up here, we've got how to switch power on to the boiler. Okay, if you can see there's two switches. One is redundant, so this one is actually spare. It says water heating, it does nothing. Okay. So what it is they didn't update these when they updated them, because before they had a fire and a boiler separate.
Yeah.
So we still got the switches there for that.
Yeah.
But this is a space heated one we want to do.
So the bottom one's redundant.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the water heater one does nothing. Okay. Space heater. Like, if you can see that now, the amber light on the bottom control has gone out.
Yeah.
And we've now got a red flashing light on the top one to say fault. Okay, so it's saying that I've tried to operate on electric. There's no electric there because I've got no amber light in the bottom one. If I switch that back on again, see the amber light in the bottom now. That's to indicate we've got electric.
Right.
Okay, top light, red light's gone off now because obviously we've now put electric back into it to be able to operate. Okay.
That's all working off the spare battery.
No, this is 240.
Oh, sorry, it's working off the mains.
This is working off mains. Yeah.
Mains.
Okay, you've also got charger, so that charges your batteries. Reverse polarity, that is an indicator light. So you go on the Continent and you plug into their electric, say wire things slightly different than what we do, that will just light up. That's
You
just
need
an
an
indicator.
adapter, don't you?
Yes, you will need an adapter, yeah.
Can you buy one here?
I'm assuming so. I wouldn't say 100%, but I'm assuming so. I don't work in the shop, so I'm assuming
Okay.
they'll be able to tell you that. Okay. What we've also got in the info note, that's to say what we've got connected via the trips. So 240 trips there, or 12 volt fuses there. So that's a 12 volt system side of it. And what we've also got is this one here, system shutdown. System shutdown will shut down your 12 volt systems on the leisure battery. So when you're in storage, you're not using it. If you switch that off, it will protect your leisure battery from draining down. Okay. Obviously, over a period of time, it can still drain down, but it will slow the process of, especially in the cold weather. Okay.
If you just wanted to use the leisure battery, you have to switch that off.
No, if you're using the leisure battery, that needs to be switched on. If you're in the van using it, that needs to be switched on. You will know it's not working because everything will be off.
Okay.
It'll be shut down.
But you have to have that off.
Yeah, no, that doesn't matter. If 240 is not connected, that's not going to make any difference. That will not light up anyway.
Oh yeah, because you're not connected.
Yeah, exactly. So that won't light up. If you've got no 240 connected,
That
you're
won't
not
light up.
getting anything. You're not getting anything out of that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, I'll just show you that one also lights up. Yeah. So just try not to get confused, because if you think, well, it's on, it may not be on.
Okay.
So if you've done, instead of doing that one, you've done that one. See, now we've got red flashing light and a little amber light's gone. Okay.
Okay.
So it's that one you need on. Okay.
Okay.
Simple as or difficult as.
And when you said the top one, the polarity reverse, is that
Yeah, that's just an indicator light. So that will let you know that.
you're using a different power?
Yeah. So yeah, on the Continent they wire things neutral and live different to us.
Yeah.
And that just indicates that.
Right.
Okay. So you need to come and have a look. It won't switch anything over or do anything
And that's
like
the
that.
fuses.
Yeah, that's
So
your 12 volt
fine.
fuses.
Do you need to have spares of those?
It's probably worth having, but I just suggest obviously if there's obviously one of these fuses has gone, there's obviously a reason why that's gone.
So get it checked first
Yeah, get
before
it
you
checked.
change it.
Yeah, you could try and put a same fuse back in of the same rating, but don't start putting higher ratings in. Obviously, it's not wise to do that.
We haven't got any high rating stuff.
No, but if you say there's some there you can
You
see.
try to put a higher, bigger
See, that's
fuse
obviously
in.
a 20.
Oh, yeah.
There's a 20 there, which would probably be your main
You try
fuse.
to put a 25 in or something.
Into something that's 5. It's
Oh no, I just
Yes.
meant that it probably wouldn't blow from having. So if we're replacing them, we wouldn't get them any different.
no.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay. Right. Are you happy with the heating as
Yes.
the controls on
Yes.
that? Yeah.
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 There are other videos on YouTube from Truma themselves. So if you are stuck, there's obviously that, and this isn't making sense. Obviously, YouTube have got Truma,
Yeah.
who's the company who manufacture it. Have got their own video, which is a very good video. It's around about 5-7 minutes long, which is just a how to use
Yeah.
type
Okay.
video,
Okay.
nothing too technical.
No
and
problem.
You only need, if you've got a television or something.
Oh,
you
that's
plug
for
those into
TV.